grand opening, grand closing. Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. Your only friend in these YouTube streets, Puerto77. Back with another video. Gonna say the quiet part out loud. More or less a realization. Xbox gamers are scared of PlayStation gamers taking over Xbox. That's what I figured out. Now you're probably thinking, what's the problem? You all notice after the developer direct, Microsoft had the developer direct, and these Xbox gamers are going on overdrive. These fanboys, content creators, they're wilding out. And they're wilding out on the same narrative. That PlayStation is either PlayStation gamers have to buy these games while they get to play on Game Pass. So now the narrative of thank you for funding my games is at an all-time high. If it's not that, it's Sony's in trouble if you're happy about playing Xbox games on PlayStation. And I'm thinking, man, console war, bait is at an all-time low, man. Like, PlayStation 5 beating the shit out of Xbox Series consoles into irrelevancy really caused this effect of like shit bait, shit narratives. I'm like, this shit don't even make sense. I'm even seeing this narrative, like content on YouTube channels using this narrative. I'm like, man, this is some stupid ass bait. And I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? And then I saw the direct. I didn't see the direct when it was live because I was on a work trip, right? I arrived today, got home, my wife's at work. I said, all right, let me just make something myself to eat or, a little snack because it was a, long flight. Put some stuff away. Let me check out the direct. It's about 50 minutes. And then I noticed something. And you guys didn't notice it. Or you kind of, but 2 and 2 didn't put together for some of y'all. But it did for the Xbox community. I know they noticed this, but they're not saying it. Sadly, PlayStation dudes didn't catch this. Because if you did, I would have saw it on the timeline. Even my boy J-Dub, he technically didn't catch this. But I guarantee you Xbox gamers, you Xbox fanboys, Xbox gamers, you all noticed this. You all did. You're just not saying it. You're keeping it to yourselves. You're hoping that one of us, a PlayStation dude, doesn't catch this shit. I caught it. And I'm going to tell it. I'm going to spill the beans right now for everybody to know. The Dev Direct primarily talked about 4 games, deep dive, and gave a bonus game, Ninja Gaiden Black 2, as a shadow drop. So you could say 5 games was mentioned. 4 on a deep dive with the developers, and then 1, boom, surprise. So 5 contents, right? 4 out of the 5 content is PlayStation. And I'm looking at the Xbox channel right here. Right there. 4 out of those 5 games are PlayStation games. On your very own Xbox channel. This is the Xbox channel. And 4 out of the 5, they talking about PlayStation games. 4 out of 5. The only one that hasn't been announced for PlayStation South of Midnight, in my opinion, is because the studio's small, so they can't do day-and-date development with PlayStation. But that game's going to end up appearing on PlayStation. Once they launch it, I wouldn't be surprised if they're already working on the PlayStation version. It'll come out 6 months, a year, whatever. Compulsion games is just too small. Maybe for day-and-date development across PlayStation. And then especially they have to do pro enhancement, probably too much. But 4 out of the 5 content is PlayStation. Let's talk Team Ninja. Ninja Gaiden 4. And according to Cole Eastwood, you can check his tweet, confirmed by Aaron Greenberg, that is first party. Ninja Gaiden 4 is Xbox first party. I'm not even going to argue with that. I'm like, cool. In fact, cool. But that game is day and date on the PS5 with pro enhancement. Xbox first party Ninja Gaiden 4, Day and Date, PS5, Pro Enhancement. Doom Dark Ages, Day and Date, PS5, Pro Enhancement. You even got Expedition 33. I don't think Microsoft's publishing it, but they probably made a deal to get it on Game Pass. But that game is also Day and Date on PS5, Pro Enhancement. And then the Shadow Drop, Ninja Gaiden 2, Black, Shadow Dropped. But it's also Shadow Dropped on PlayStation, PS5, and Shadow Dropped Pro Enhancement. When Sony publishes a game from Team Ninja, it doesn't go on Xbox. Neo 2, Rise of Ronin, all published by PlayStation. No Xbox version. You don't get Team Ninja. When Sony publishes a Team Ninja game, you ain't getting that on Xbox. When Microsoft publishes a Team Ninja game, not only is it Day and Date on PlayStation, but it's better than the version you're getting if you play on Series console. If you're on PC, obviously PC, as long as you pay for it, you get the best version. But a lot of you PC dudes ain't got that rig. So, but the PC dudes that have that rig, y'all get the best version in gaming. But for the console gamers on Xbox, no, you ain't getting the best version. They put the best version on the PS5 Pro. Day and Date. And why is that? Because y'all Xbox gamers and fanboys figured out one thing. You figured it out. And y'all keeping it quiet. The purchasing power. Y'all know PlayStation has a higher purchasing power than you Xbox fanboys. Than Xbox gamers. Xbox community, period. There's not enough of y'all to keep up with the funds. Your version of the game cannot outsell the PlayStation version of the game. Not even close. Right? Bad enough, Xbox Series consoles is selling like trash. Hardly anyone's buying them. But then within the group itself, you got people in Game Pass, they refuse to buy games. They refuse. Some Game Pass gamers, if it's not on Game Pass, they're not touching it unless it's like a super big game like Grand Theft Auto 6 or something like that, right? Maybe Madden and 2K if they're, hardcore 2K guys, whatever. But most of the 2K and Madden guys are on PlayStation. Not on Xbox, at least to that number. Definitely not Football Club. There's hardly anybody on Football Club on Xbox. That's all PlayStation. Especially the way PlayStation dominate overseas, where it's the biggest market for Football Club. Not even close. So you guys don't got the purchasing power. You ain't got Benjamin Franklin on your side when it comes to this. Benjamin Franklin's on PlayStation side. And you guys are afraid of that power PlayStation has. So what you guys are trying to do is trying to create this stupid ass narrative where buying games seems like an L for PlayStation. Or that if you buy an Xbox game, that hurts Sony. That hurts PlayStation. Never mind that more third-party sales since the dawn of PlayStation have been the primary sellers since the dawn, since the very beginning. Since the very beginning. You think on the PlayStation 2, the biggest sales were first party? There's only one game or one franchise that was competing with third party, and that was Gran Turismo. After that, Ico, Shadow Colossus, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. You think those games was keeping up with Final Fantasy, Grand Theft Auto, Metal Gear Solid? Hell no, they weren't keeping up with those games. None of them were. None of them. PS4 is the first generation ever in PlayStation gaming history where you had like 3 or 4 PlayStation first party titles that sold over 10 million. Before that, very little. Onesies and twosies. Gran Turismo, and even then, like on the PlayStation 3, Gran Turismo didn't even sell 10 million. I don't know what game sold 10 million from PlayStation first party on the PS3. Maybe Uncharted 2? Maybe Uncharted 2? Maybe. So it's that purchasing power you guys are afraid of. Because if Microsoft says, wait a minute, we are getting a better ROI with PlayStation over our own console, that's a problem for you guys. And you're already seeing it. 4 out of the 5 games on your Xbox Developer Direct on the Xbox channel, 4 of them are PlayStation. And those are the better versions in console. 4 out of the 5. 80% of your content. is PlayStation. And that's because of the purchasing power that PlayStation has when it comes to these games. Microsoft seeing the immense potential that they're going to get from PlayStation scares you guys. Absolutely scares you guys. Because what ended up happening is PlayStation games will become the priority. See, Game Pass is a gift and a curse. I don't think you guys realize that. It's a gift for you guys because it's value. You getting all these games and you don't have to spend 70, 50, 70, blah, blah, blah. Nope. You spend your $20 a month consistently and let all the content come. And then the huge catalog back content of games you never played before, you got that too. It's beautiful. But the curse is Microsoft's not prioritizing you Game Pass gamers. Because Microsoft knows they can just release whatever and here you go. You got on Game Pass, enjoy it. But with PlayStation games, Microsoft's going to be like, wait a minute. A developer could come and be like, hey, we want to make this game. And, they'll do their little review, whatever. But if there's any hint that game might not pop on PlayStation, and it's not a perfect science. Yoshida even said it. It's black magic. No one knows what game will truly be successful. It's just an instinct. But if Microsoft has an instinct and say, we don't think this game might pop on PlayStation, dead it. Think of another project. Something that we know PlayStation gamers, we could see some success on that. And they're like, all right, they'll go back to the drawing board. How about this game? You know what? Yeah. We like that game. Make that game. And then they make it, and you get it on Game Pass. But the focus of effort is wondering if it will be successful on PlayStation. You guys, they ain't got to worry about that. Because you're already paying for Game Pass. You already giving them your money. You already pre-purchase projects they haven't even thought about yet. That's the thing with the $20. Every month you're giving Microsoft $20 for potential products you don't know what they're making. And you don't know how long it's going to take or when is it going to come out. But you're already giving them your money every month. You are already, technically speaking, you are buying the games. You're just nickel and diming it. You're already giving them your money for future projects. $20, $20, $20, $20, $20, $20. While Microsoft's in the background wondering what content to make. And with the purchasing power of PlayStation, we could end up the priority of the type of titles that they make, the decisions that they make. If they feel, man, this might not pop on PlayStation, they're not going to make it. They'll make the titles they think that will be, obviously, across all platforms, right? PC, Nintendo, whatever. But if they feel, man, Nintendo gamers and PlayStation gamers might not be feeling this. This, it's on Game Pass. Okay, so Game Pass players will be able to try it. But we're not sure about this. All right, don't make it. Do another title. Yep, that title might pop on PlayStation and Nintendo. Definitely. Make that. They'll make it, and then they'll say, hey, new game on Game Pass. And you guys will jump at the joy of it. You'll jump at any game. Microsoft will say, hey, this is the new game for Game Pass. And you guys will not challenge it. Why? Because it's on Game Pass. Day and date. No challenge. You won't wonder. You won't say to yourselves, man, this is the type of game you would play on PlayStation. This feels like a Sony first party template type game. Like, what's going on here on Xbox? You won't do that. You will not challenge Xbox if they start copying the PlayStation template. Why? Because you get it on Game Pass. As long as it's on Game Pass, you're going to love it. You guys are scared, though, that PlayStation can influence Xbox. You don't have the purchasing power to stop it. So now, you guys are just creating a narrative, trying to convince gamers that buying games is an L. Apparently, something that's been done since day one is now an L. And apparently, you're trying to create this narrative that if you buy an Xbox game, somehow that means you're not buying PlayStation games. So if I buy, let's say Gears of War comes out, E-Day, and I buy Gears of War, I guess that means I'm not buying Naughty Dog's Intergalactic. Somehow, that's the translation. Somehow. Someone explain that. Because that's the logic they're using. If you buy, for you racing guys, if you buy, let's say Forza Horizon 6 on your PlayStation, that somehow means you're no longer interested in Gran Turismo. That's the logic that's being done. They're trying to create this narrative, but guess what? You're not gaslighting us. They're not falling for that bullshit. All right? You guys want Xbox games to sell like shit on PlayStation. That's why you're doing all that. If you can somehow convince random people on the internet that buying Xbox games is bad, it's an L, it makes you look stupid, right? That means Microsoft would be like, oh shit, were we wrong? These games ain't really selling on PlayStation. Man, if PlayStation gamers don't like our games, I guess there's no point in putting these games on PlayStation. That is what you guys want. You want that. You want all these Xbox games to fail, so to see if Microsoft will reconsider this strategy. Not going to work, brother. Not going to work. In fact, I'm going to make sure the opposite happens. I don't even play racing games. I'm going to buy Forza Horizon 6 and give it away to the people who enjoy that game. You ain't got the purchasing power. You ain't got the purchasing power to stop this. You ain't got... Benjamin Franklin's not on your side. You can make all the content. Y'all can make all the content y'all want. You could do all the tweets. You know, I put a tweet about Ninja Gaiden Pro Enhanced. First thing I get comments. Xbox Fanboys immediately in my comment section. Oh, but you got to pay to play it. Yeah, no shit. Just like I got to pay to play Grand Theft Auto 6 when it comes out. Or new Assassin's Creed Shadows. I got to buy those too. The games I want to play, got to buy them. It's always been that way. Y'all scared of that money we're bringing to the table. Y'all scared of that PlayStation money. And that PlayStation money is bigger than the Xbox fanboy money. So y'all think this virtual nonsense that y'all creating is somehow going to change that. No, buddy. Go to your Xbox channel. Go look at your developer direct. 4 out of the 5 games, PlayStation. On your Xbox channel. Right? And I'm subscribed to it. Been subscribed to Xbox. Been subscribed to Xbox for like the longest time and stuff like that. Remember, I had the OG Xbox. 360 is great. I even had the Xbox One, even though it's dog shit. Right? But the Xbox One owning it opened my eyes. I'm like, man, this company fell the fuck off. Bad. Like, yo, this shit's crazy. You're not sucking me again this gen. And I was right. Y'all scared of that PlayStation money taking over. The purchasing power. And when that purchasing power on PlayStation is more than Xbox console gamers, Microsoft will prioritize PlayStation over your own console. Your only friend is YouTube Streets PorterRock77. Hit the like button, subscribe. You guys take care. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.
Grand opening